If you need to work on the crank system of your Coleman or Fleetwood pop-up camper, this video is for you. In the shop today we have a 1990s Coleman cedar pop-up camper. We're going to be removing the crank assembly and the whiffle tree, and at least installing a new direct drive crank assembly. Let's get started. Step 1, chock one wheel. Using a floor jack, you can lower the tongue almost all the way to the floor. This system will be a lot easier to work on without the bumper in the way. So spray penetrant on the 4 bolts and remove them. The bumper will slide right off. Now there's going to be a lot of nuts and bolts with this job, so it's never a bad idea to start making some hardware bags now. Now undo all 4 roof latches, then using a large ratchet and a 5/8 socket, raise the roof with the nut on the end of the drive shaft. The roof about 10 inches up, pull both the front and the rear bed out, and then move the mattresses towards the inside of the camper. Now lower the roof onto the bed platforms. And then continue to turn it to the left 3 more times. Your camper should look like this right now. Now you might be asking yourself, why did he put the roof on the beds and why turn the handle 3 more times? This does 2 very important things. First, it takes all the weight off the lift system. Secondly, this places the drawbar in the correct position to reinstall. If you try to do this job with the roof all the way down, you're likely going to experience an issue that the cables don't want to reach back to the drawbar. Next, the whiffle tree pan cover comes off. This style is going to have 4 nuts and bolts in the rear and 4 bolts through weld nuts in the front. Next, we'll disconnect all 4 cables. The 2 on the inside go to the rear, the 2 on the outside go to the front. Now we'll remove the 4 bolts on the bearing housing. Okay, next you want to disconnect this pin. So to get it to come out a little easier, we can heat this up. We'll go ahead and hit it with a torch, warm it up, and it'll drive out a lot easier.
You want to use a heavy hammer for this job.
Okay, let's take a look at the tree that came out of this camper. It feels fine. It's nice and straight, no bends. I do not think this is the issue. Okay, to assemble the new unit, we'll use a couple blocks. And then first the bearing housing cup's going to go on. Then the thrust nut and the thrust bearing, we can put this on next. We'll line up your second pinhole on the thrust nut to the hole in the drive shaft and install your shear pin. Even with both sides of the pin smooth or completely seated, sometimes you gotta file them just a little bit, doesn't take much. There you go. So, orientation, open side of the bearing faces inside or rest against the thrust nut there. Tree goes back in the camper. Bearing spacer plate goes on. And now pin the crank assembly to the tree. Now before we put the tree back in the camper, you want to note the orientation of your bearing housing plate and the thrust bearing housing. Make sure it's in the right position. There is an up and a down. So that's the correct position for the bearing spacer plate. Move the tree in and orientate the housing like this, I think, into the socket cup. And then check your mounting holes. Make sure these holes are lined up properly. And that looks good. This is something a lot of people have asked me about over the years. This amount of play is normal. All right, hook your cables back up. Rear go to the inside, fronts go to the outside. Okay, at this point we can check the proper tension of all four cables. Just putting the nut back on the drive shaft and using a ratchet. I'm going to raise it just so we have just a little bit of tension on the cables. Okay, here we're just going to listen to the cables. Those feel about the same. And the rear ones, this one needs tightened up a little bit. Okay, using a high quality grease, grease the whiffle tree. It's time to install the outer bracket. Before we do, we want to make sure that we have our pressure plate on, our clutch pad, ratchet ball gear, flat side is forward, facing us, and the beveled washer, the smooth side of it, the bevel side, is facing towards us as well. If you install this, roll this back and put this on, and the gear, the ratchet ball gear, doesn't catch the wheel, add another clutch pad. You can just stack the clutch pads, put it back together, and that'll give you the spacing to get the pawl back on the gear. Won't hurt a thing having 2 clutch pads in there. Roll this all the way back, hold it, put it on, let it fall against the gear, thread your drive hub extension tube on, install your bolts. Okay, it's time to put the parts inside the tube. First, spring, then nylon spacer, and then 1 or 2 flat washers. To hold it all in position, put your ratchet with a 5/8 socket or use your crank handle and install it back onto the drive shaft. Now we want to make sure the drive hub is tight on the drive shaft, so I'm going to bar that gear. And that's good. I recommend some Loctite on the 5/8 nut, medium strength. Doesn't take much. Put that in your ratchet and thread it onto the drive shaft. Install the handle pin. For this, you can use a normal hammer. Now I'll level the unit, spray grease the pulleys I can see underneath, and test the system. All right, here we go. We should be able to raise it another 10 inches and the ratchet pawl will stop the unit from going down. Perfect. Get a clean rag for the mattresses. All right, looks good so far. It's definitely very easy to raise now. So the thrust bearing in the old assembly was the issue. Right hand, left hand, 2 fingers. All right, let's see how she lowers. All right, all that's left to do is just put the bumper back on and spray lube the pulleys inside the lift arm. I won't film that content. I'm ready to go home. If you do need a new crank assembly, whiffle tree, or thrust bearing, this video is applicable for all those jobs. All the steps are the same for the 3000 system and for the 6311. And even the chain-driven system when it comes to replacing a thrust bearing and the whiffle tree. Please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment as well. I love hearing from everybody. Something else I should mention, a lot of people ask me, how long did that job take? So this is about a 3 to 4 hour job if it's your first time doing it. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you at the campground.